And we're going to alternate North Bend swimmer, Marshfield swimmer. I think that'll work pretty good. And I just want to say that the second year of the collective co-op, I think, was very successful. And I know I've really enjoyed it, working with our community and everybody that helped us out and chipped in. I thought it was a very successful season for both teams, and glad you're here tonight. So we'll get started. Okay, North Bend's gonna start first here. We'll just alternate.
And first up, I would like Jillian Baxter, please, if you would come forward. Jillian has the prettiest breaststroke of anybody on the team. Let's see, I did get her times. She dropped from a 234, 233. She didn't make a big drop in her IM, but 118 to 116 in her breaststroke. She improved all season. And do you already have a letter? Yeah. So you just got the pen. Very good. Okay, Fleur, Weiss. Fleur, there she is. Always fun to have in the pool. She got down to a 36-39 on her 50 freestyle. So, very nicely done, young lady.
Okay, my first swimmer, first year for Marshfield. She's a freshman, and she swam club ever since she was tiny. She did really well. She qualified for 2 individual events at state and got her best times, and that is Allison Wright. You guys want to shake your hands.
All right, next up, Brynn Buscarood. Brynn, we worked her over in the IM. She went 247 to a 244 in that, and in her breaststroke, she went from a 125 to a 122. Did really well. All of our kids did, but she started out in the easy lane and then moved it over, made a lot of good improvement.
My next swimmer is a sophomore, and she's got swimming in her family. Her aunt swam for me, and both aunts, in fact. And anyway, it was great to have her out. She swam the 50 and the 100 free, and we also got her to swim the backstroke, and she improved every meet. And it was wonderful to have her and have that family back again. And that is Kendra Fleetwood.
And we have Adriana Delph for North Bend. Adriana in the 100 butterfly went from 126, dropped to a 125, and for the 500, that's where she really did it, 632 to 624. Very nice swimming. Hey, don't get out of here without shaking my hand. Congratulations.
My next swimmer's a junior this year, and it was kind of a tough year for her because she got sick several times during the season and had to sit out. But she's one that swam club swimming, and I just asked her when we got up to district, what do you feel comfortable swimming? And she always is 110%, and she scored in both of those events, and I'm really glad. She's a tough nut. She stuck with us, and that's Sarah Weatherly.
Okay, and Morgan Haves. Morgan did a shift in this year. She was a breaststroker, and I just liked her freestyle so much. I asked her if she'd mainline that with the 200 and the 500, and it did her well. She went a 221 to a 216, and a 513 to a 613 to a 557. Really nice.
My next swimmer is a junior this year, and he probably had one of the best state meets I've ever, had from a single individual. And he's just a great team leader. And of course, after his state meet, I had to point out to him that he was fairly close to the school record in the 100 breaststroke. But anyway, that's a junior Jack Waddington.
And Clara Messner for North Bend. Clara had a problem getting nosebleeds, and we just said, let's get this fixed first. And of course, when you're doing medical something, it always takes a while. So she didn't get in on all the really good fun swims, but she worked very hard. She had great times, great drops in them. And I'm hoping you're coming back next year. All right. Congratulations.
Okay, my next swimmer is just a freshman, and boy, he really battled some illness too, and he's also very involved in school, and he scored points for us at district, and it's Brennan Sidness. Is he here? Uh-oh.
Lexi, come on down. Okay, well, don't come down. We'll come to you. Yeah, she scratched her first time swimming out, and then she ended up with a 113 in the backstroke. She didn't even know I was going to do that to her, but we needed a backstroker, and she'd been working hard and getting the dolphin kicks off the wall, so we said, come on, let's get you into the backstroke, and she did. Thank you very much, Lexi.
My next swimmer is a junior, and he last season swam the 2 and the 500 free. This year he kind of decided he wanted to try the butterfly. So he went the 2 and the 100 fly at district. One of my most improved. He was wonderful. Great attitude, Trevor Robbins.
Miriam, come on down. Miriam, I had her swim in the butterfly, and 126, she started and dropped it to a 125, and then the 500 free. She was 645 to a 641, improving every meet. Thank you so much.
My next gal is a freshman, and she swam really well most of the season. She just swam the freestyle till we convinced her to try some backstroke. And then she really took off, nailed the backstroke turns, was quite an asset, and that's Marie Mead. Marie?
Kendra Reed. Oh, that's nice. All right, Kendra, 200 freestyle, went from a 230 to 228. And in the butterfly, she went 120 to a 118, improving the whole way. Get the letter and enjoyed it.
The reason it's weighted is because I did what?
My next swimmer is a freshman also, and he is one that can swim all the events for us, and that's why always I feel why we do so well in district, because you'll see a lot of teams only swim their kids in the 50 and 100 free, and they don't teach them the other strokes, or they don't encourage them to go a 200 or a 500. And Cole did a great job at district. Cole Leap, just a freshman. Scored in both his events. Thanks, was that me? Okay, here you go. You can look.
I got a. Okay, so we don't get feedback. All right, and I got a freshman that we made it hard for, and she stepped up. Ema, if you'd come on down. Yeah, she wasn't very pleased with me putting her in the 200 IM and the 100 butterfly again and again, but she dropped from a 148 to a 248 to a 241 and a 117 to a 115. She did really well in the IM and the butterfly. Thank you.
Okay, is Quentin Kloster here tonight? Quentin? Okay, head on up here, Mr. Quentin. Quentin is just a freshman, and he dabbled in Gold Coast swimming for several years. I hadn't seen him for a couple of years. I was hoping he was going to come out his freshman year, and wow, did he add a lot to our team. We went qualified for state in both his individual events and was member of the relay, but also very willing to swim anywhere or anything that we needed him. Quentin, congratulations.
Charlize, come on down. One of our captains. I mean, an inspiration to all. She switched from what she was swimming. We got her into the backstroke, which she hadn't done, but she went from a 133 to a 120. That's a 13-second drop. And from a 138 to a 131 in the 100 breaststroke. Thank you, sir.
My next swimmer is a junior this year, so he'll be back. He's a great leader, especially in the water, in his lane. Very hard worker, involved with a lot of different things at Marshfield. He qualified for 2 events at state and was also on the relays, and that's Marcus Cleaver.
Way to be, Marcus. All right, Rebecca Rebar. Really tough swimmer. Really tough swimmer. Went from a 208 to a 204 in her 100 freestyle. And then the 500 freestyle went from a 545 to a 538. Don't get out of here without shaking my hand. Thank you.
Is Shannon Cleveland here? Shannon, good. Okay, make your way up here, my friend. Shannon's been with us a couple of years now. She swims any of the freestyles, pretty much anything I want her to. And she's also a good flyer. Took us about a year to get her to go that 100, but eventually she got there. And she also swims the 500 free. So 2 really tough events, but once again, it's our kids willing to swim those events, which helps us at district and win those titles or be up there in the top third. That's Shannon.
Abby Woodruff, come on down. Well, Abby, we had her doing the IM, 247 to a 243. She dropped her 50 free time down to a 28.83. Well done there. And of course, she's got that beautiful backstroke. Went from 116 to 113 in her backstroke. Thank you for swimming. You ready?
Hey, my next swimmer is a senior this year, and great young man, a lot of fun. I could always tell when he was finished with a set in his lane because he'd throw his hair back like that. Trey, are you done? Yeah. And you know, one time he was late for practice, and Kathy, I was getting my hair cut. You got your hair cut? Really? Then I had to ask everybody, does it look like Trey got his hair cut? I don't know. Anyway, great young man. He had a super season. He always saves the best. It's kind of interesting. Gets a little nervous sometimes, but then he comes back in those finals and he really kicks some heinies. So great young man, Trey Kirk.
And the last but not the least of the girls, Elizabeth Woodruff. So she swam the 50 free and got it down to a 45.22 and came in second at state. Tremendous job, Elizabeth. Oh.